Most people have absolutely no idea how to actually run paid ads. They just throw money into Facebook, Instagram boost posts, and TikTok ads, and they see absolutely no results. In this video, I'm going to be showing you guys exactly how I generate crazy numbers for all of my clients. I'll show you right now. In the last 90 days, one of my clients who made $913,000. So if you're new here, my name is Nathaniel Wakefield. I run a social media marketing agency or brand scaling agency, whatever you want to call it, and I help clothing brands scale using paid ads. Whether you're a beginner just starting our agency or a clothing brand owner who's struggling with paid ads or just struggling overall with your brand and want to make some more revenue, I'm here to help all of you. This video is just going to give you a full breakdown of everything that I do daily for all of my clients. So just stick around, and by the end, you'll know how to make some crazy money with Facebook and TikTok ads. So when it comes to paid ads, one of the main things, honestly, the most important thing when it comes to paid ads is having good creative. Basically, the image or video that you're going to be using to promote the ad, that's a creative, right? So that could be like a photo shoot, a TikTok you made, some lay flats of the product. That's going to actually affect the ad more than anything else. So if you have a really bad quality photo shot on like iPhone 5, it's not going to do well. If you record a TikTok on a professional camera, it's not going to do well because it doesn't belong on TikTok. You want to have an ad that blends in and they would just see it regularly while scrolling. You don't want it to be like, oh, this is an ad, it's too high quality, right? So all this stuff you really have to think about when running ads. It's very important that you get someone to order your ads before you put them live. Before you even shoot the ads, you want to make sure you have someone auditing them. And especially when it comes to TikTok or Reels, you want to make sure that you have a good layout with your content, a very engaging hook. Or you have, if you're just doing product shots only, make sure you have cuts every few seconds. Keep it interesting, because a lot of people have very short attention spans and they can't sit there and watch a minute video explaining your product. They just want to kind of see it quickly and scroll. And if they like it, then cool, they'll check out. Another thing that really matters when it comes to your brand converting and being able to hit crazy numbers is you have to have a good website, okay? If your website is trash, no one's going to check out, especially if it looks like a scam. Who's going to put their credit card information in if it looks like a scam? So definitely think about that. And I would hire someone to fix your website if you don't know how to do it yourself. It doesn't cost too much money. You can honestly get one for like 100, 200 bucks made, and that'll be really good. And make sure it's speedy. You want to have a fast website so people can quickly check out. If it takes 10 seconds for your site to load, people are just going to click off. No one wants to wait that long. Another thing that really affects if your brand's going to convert or not is your social proof. If you have 100K followers, obviously people are more likely going to trust you or convert compared to a brand that has 1,000 followers. Or it could be 100,000 followers, but your whole Instagram looks like a scam. No one's going to check out. You need to have some sort of like customer testimonials. Make sure you have your tags on so people can go across and see people wearing your brand, because all these things really build trust. It's also influencers. If you put an influencer in your brand, that's going to also build trust, because people are going to see them and be like, oh, I know this guy. Oh, let me check out from the brand. And people like to follow people, right? If someone sees a favorite influencer in an item, they're more likely to buy it. Honestly, they're extremely likely to buy it because they admire and look up to that influencer. So take advantage of influencer marketing as well. One other thing that really affects your brand, it may not affect your first few drops, but it really will start to affect it in the long run, is doing pre-orders. Do not do pre-orders. Pre-made only. No one wants to wait 7 months to order their hoodie that they're probably going to forget about after they even order it in the first place, and no one's going to refer you, that you're going to get no word of mouth, you're going to get bad reviews, and your brand is not going to last. Why do you think you see all of these brands, they die out, they'll close off their Instagram, they have no returning customers? If you don't have returning customers, you don't have a brand, and if you're doing pre-orders, you're not going to really have returning customers. So I would avoid pre-orders completely. Now, this is how I structure my Facebook and TikTok ad strategies. So I always start off with a very low budget. I'll start off with $20 a day per creative so I can test it and see which creative is going to perform the best. I'll test that for 2-3 days on TikTok and maybe 5 to 7 days on Instagram, because Instagram does take a bit longer to like warm up the pixel and everything, especially if it's on a fresh account. And then I'll start narrowing it down to the creatives that are performing well, and then I'll scale those up, right? So just do very low budget testing with different creatives just to find out which one's doing the best. You can play with targeting a bit, although the pixels are really good at doing the targeting now. Meta's gotten very good at doing targeting. You don't really need to do it. Interest targeting doesn't really work anymore in 2025. And yeah, just continue to scale, double down on the creatives that are doing well. Start to, tell whoever's making the content. If you're making the content, someone else making the content, tell them to make content more like the creatives that are winning. Obviously, you're not going to want to make more creatives, like ones that aren't performing. Just keep track of things that are working well in your creative. If you're noticing something has a good hook, if you're noticing something is doing very well in the first few seconds, but the click-through rate is low, you have to really take into account all of these things and then build from there and improve your creatives from there. So now here's the secret to making your ads profitable. First one, as I already went over, is the creatives. If you have an insane creative, even with a bad product, you can do really well. If you have the most insane product in the world, 10 out of 10 product, but you have a 3 out of 10 creative, you're not going to get any sales. And this is honestly why a lot of brands fail. They usually have like a very bad offer and weak branding. They may have really good branding, but their offer might be horrendous. You have to have both a good offer and good branding. And that's honestly it. Obviously, there's a lot more when it comes to testing the creatives, testing ads overall, testing targeting, retargeting campaigns, lookalike audiences. There's a lot more that does go into the actual ad side of things. But this is just like a brief overview on how if you want to start today, some actionable steps that you can take to start seeing better results with the ads you're already running. Or if you're learning how to run ads, some things you want to look out for. So yeah, with my agency myself, this is how I charge my clients. So my pricing model will be retainer plus a percentage of revenue generated. I've signed some of them upfront for a certain amount of months. Some of them I just have like, let's say a 10% revenue split. So I get 10% of the revenue generated or 10% of profit generated. It really does depend. But yeah, you can really negotiate all of this. For bigger brands, you're going to want to do percentage because they're going to be spending more and they're going to start scaling more and you're going to make a lot more money. For smaller brands where they may drop every once in a while, I just like to just do a retainer, a set fee every single month that they pay me. But look, if you're serious about running a profitable social media marketing agency or you want to take your brand seriously, DM me on Instagram, nathaniel.biz. I'll put it up on the screen and it's going to be in the link in the description as well. So yeah, if you need help, just let me know and I'll catch you guys in the next video.